34 hanging?
Woo-hoo!
Bananas?
They could probably put a machine gun in those shit.
You ever heard of Ben?
Influencer guys or whatever, like Nature Man. What was that dude's name? Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Have you
right.
seen him?
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
like getting cum and blood and like blessing people with shit, and, like doing all these weird. Nah, man, they just sent him to jail for I think like double life or something.
Yeah, some crazy shit.
So you telling me a dude be putting cum and blood and just blessing people?
Yeah, he was like, there'll be like married couples that'll come in and shit, and then they'll like Nature Boy or whatever his name is will be like, yeah, like your wife, she needs to come with and take all their wives and shit.
And he has sex with all of them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? And then yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Really, this is rampant in America.
The very first time.
Yeah.
I was like, wait,
He's not even the first guy.
New
They've
York,
been doing that since the 60s.
New York and Hollywood are killing this thing. Really. Oh, it's
Like even the Zeus Network with like Lamel and shit, like it all came out. Oh shit, I ain't gonna even talk on that. Sorry, so I ain't gonna sit here and like, yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna talk on that. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean. People do say certain stuff with that network, and
that's the hard part.
a lot of
Because
sex. Yeah, so I ain't.
and no one wants to say and make it sound like they're crazy and shit, but yeah, have you seen the Diddy did photos of the rituals? The rituals is the part that to me is like you guys are doing your ball worship and your mullah worship.
Your balls.
Your
balls.
That's what those demons are, bro. And when they do the ritual, that's bringing that energy to that thing and shit. And that's devil worship, and I think it's actually legal in America because we have the freedom of religion. So there's nothing that they're actually doing wrong when they're actually performing that thing. But
No.
Technicality sense.
I'm like, I know what those demons want, and those demons want the younger the better.
See, that's why I don't go to those concerts. You be liking to go to all them devil worshiping concerts.
Well, I have to know my energy.
Crazy, you just be sucking up all the energy. Like, oh, it be a bunch of young kids there and shit. You just, I'm feeling younger.
It ain't working, bro.
He's sucking all their energy.
That's what they were saying about adrenochrome, and then it was like Hillary Clinton. I'm like, it ain't working.
That's funny. That's crazy. Like you like going to those fucking them EDM concerts and
Oh,
shit.
dude, they're the best.
But look, check it out though.
Can't nobody say.
Hold on though. No, check it out though. Check it out. I can see like it can be a pretty fun thing to go to and be pretty crazy. But a lot of times when I see the videos, all I see is like a group of guys with their shirts off with backpacks. You know what I mean? Hanging out while like all the girls are like dancing all slutty in the front, videotaping them and shit. You know what I mean? And then
anything bad. You describing heaven?
I'm like, still wait.
Oh, all these guys are just doing this.
How do you not have tickets?
Uh-huh.
Why do you not have tickets?
Yeah, because I actually respect women. I don't just stand there in the back and just gawk at them like, oh.
What?
Yeah.
That is respect. Admiration of beauty, and women are the most beautiful. And when they dance and interact with
you got too much admiration in the flesh.
I do have admiration.
In the flesh.
I'm here.
The flesh.
I'm here. What do you want me to do? You want me to act like I'm in heaven?
See,
I'm not there. When I'm there,
I'm with the Lord. I don't. You know what I mean? I'm with the Lord. I don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And whose dominion is this?
What?
Whose dominion is the earth?
What's his name?
Yeah.
That's
a problem, bro. That's a problem.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I have to
it doesn't
worship.
mean you have to, but I mean, you put me here, like, what? I'm not gonna hang out with the people
with the devil?
With whoever you put me here with.
Yeah.
Why didn't you put Jesus here, bro? Then I'll be hanging out with Jesus. You know what I mean? That's a simple solution right there.
Why if Jesus here, but Jesus is like that one kid that like you don't want to hang out with because he's too dorky for you. Like,
real. That's so
seriously.
real. Yeah, because I've heard church music, bro. And I'm like,
See, people like hanging out with the devil.
he makes good music. He makes good music.
You know what I mean? Some of these people like, look,
And beautiful, like fashion. That's all I'm into. He's doing fashion and music, bro. And he's got
oh,
the
man,
and he's got the zeitgeist.
the
Right?
zeitgeist.
You know the zeitgeist, the collective thought process, like the majority population, like thought, like he has the zeitgeist.
I think I know a little bit about that.
Huh?
I think I know a little bit about that.
And how do you influence it?
The zeitgeist.
Yeah, how do you influence the massive consciousness of people with music and passion, the clothes that they're wearing, and the things that they listen to over and over and over and over and over and over and over. That you're just repeating
See,
those words. That's why I'm so specific
and
about the
now
words that I write for the songs that I
see,
make, because I'm like, if these
make
things
something valid.
repeated, it would not be,
Yeah.
it would not have a negative consequence.
See,
Instead of just slap my bitch up.
that's why I don't make no music. Yeah.
Slap my
You know all that shit. See, you like to listen to that rave music, boy.
See, but the cool thing with the rave music is it's so versatile. To your point, let's say, even though, yes, there are some of those guys, for lack of better words, that be gawking at peeps, that doesn't mean that it's something that is accepted to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's
Generally frowned upon.
Oh,
It's-
100%.
it's-
that was just a joke. That was just, but the videos that I do see sometimes, it'd be like it just be a group of guys.
Oh, 100%.
It's just like,
100%.
bro, you got
Oh, for sure.
I mean, nothing.
Like when I first started this, like when I was 19 years old, like for me, it was because the music was great, and it kind of matched my personality. And then to think you can actually kind of go to these things where they, play them live. Like, all right, well, I'm not really a concert dude. I'm just chilling to myself. But then, having gone to these events just opened my eyes to the types of people you can meet. Not saying because everyone's, on drugs or whatnot, because, for sure some people are, but it was just cool because it's just places where you get to enjoy the music that you do, and everyone is just hella cool. Like, don't get me wrong, we met some people, but for the most part, this is cool.
Look, me and you, we're gonna go. We're gonna fucking go, right? And this is the only time I'm ever gonna go to one of these. And you better bring like your most coolest friends you got. You know what I mean? You guys better actually prove to me that you guys actually are. You know what I'm saying? That you guys are actually getting down.
George, I think you're too old and you have to wake up early for work, bro.
Yeah.
That made me feel
that is like
that made me feel kind of sad. Well, the funny thing is,
too old for that shit.
Well, so the funny thing is, I was watching.
I got responsibilities. I got bills to pay.
I ain't trying to do all that shit.
I'll tell you what. One thing I can say is, it's definitely different going to these music festivals when you're, let's just say, in your earlier 20s, even your mid 20s, compared to being in later 20s and early 30s. Because when I started, cool, let's go up to the front, let's fucking ride the rail and just basically be super close to speakers. But then you turn around, it's like, damn, I gotta go to the bathroom, I gotta go through all this fucking people. All right, cool. But then being older, having done that for so long, you're like, you know what, man, I don't want to really kind of go out to the front because I already know how it's going to be when I want to go back, whether to get some water, go to the bathroom, or just to kind of leave to breathe. You know what I mean? So it's just funny how you can basically how it goes. Like the more experienced you are in terms of just going to these events, the more in the back you are because you don't want to deal with all that shit. Or let's say, oh, let me leave.
So I have a question. I have a serious question. So what do you really mean by ride the rail?
So, no, that's fair. No, that's fair. So,
what does that mean? I'm trying to figure that one out.
Sounds like a new Metallica song.
Trying to figure it out. It's like
Drive the rail.
Yeah, no, again, that's fair. So, like how basically, like any concert you usually go to, you got just like your typical like your fenced off barricade that separates the stage, from the crowd or whatnot. So when people use the term ride the rail, people go up front and basically you get to grab onto those, barricades and then basically just kind of, get in the zone with the music and whatnot, however you, choose to.
Yeah.
So lack of better words, basically just when you're right up front, at the stage. But the reason why they use the word ride the rails is because you have some people who love dubstep
To
or whatever.
ride
They
the
just,
rail.
you know, they
How do you get to the front?
honestly, man, that really is kind of the attraction because, you know, the further ahead you go, everyone's all like kind of, you know, like fish, like real packed up fucking tight. So you gotta kind of worm your way through. But again, it's just sometimes a pain in the ass. But it's something
Oh,
you
I
notice
elbow
more as
those
you get
people.
older.
When I was at the Billie Eilish concert, people tried to worm on me. I was like, bitch, I sat for 9 hours for this seat, bro. I was like,
yeah.
I ain't fucking moving.
Yeah.
These little girls and
Yeah.
shit, like,
Yeah.
no, I just want to say, I don't give a shit,
I
bro.
What's up,
You can go watch that shit from behind.
Yeah. Yep, her mom's in the back, like, hey, I'm like, listen too.
Yeah. They're like, oh, we just came in from California. Good,
I don't
care.
Fantastic. How was that concert?
I don't care if you came here from New York.
I thought it was amazing. One person ruined it for Billy, and
Was it with what was tossed?
yeah, bro. But let me tell you the story. Like, the thing is, you could go in with a water bottle, right? So I go in with the full unopened water bottle. I actually tried to drink it twice while I was waiting in line, but I was like, "Nah, stage is sealed." So, and then right when I walk in, she took my water bottle. And I go, "Why are you taking my water bottle? We're in the middle of the freaking desert and shit. You know, against the law." And she was like, no, people throw things on stage. I was like, fuck people who throw things on stage. Why does that mean I can't have fucking water and shit, right? And I was like, there's no way these stupid people are throwing shit on stage and shit. Sure as shit. Billy fucking stops her show and like has this intimate moment with the crowd where she goes and sits down on the stage and it's just her and the crowd, and she was singing like a real heartfelt song, and then you just see this fucking bracelet just come through, boom, and like hit her right on the face, and you have that initial reaction like, I don't know what the fuck just hit me and shit, you know what I mean? And she was like, what the fuck? And then she looked down at it and she just grabbed it and threw it, and I was like, it was like such a disappointing moment for the crowd and shit, you know what I mean? Like, you ruined shit. Right? And I was pissed off because I was like, that's why I can't drink water here and shit. And they're handing out these little tiny shots of water, like, here you go. I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro. We're in the middle of a concert and shit, right? And in the desert and shit. And I can't have no fucking water because of this fucking jackass over here and shit. Like, it's disappointing when people do that.
Well, I know it was like a 16
and then, bro, check out this other part. She out of her heart, fucking being one of the coolest performers and shit. She goes around to everybody. It was a big old square stage and shit. And she went around and fucking shook everybody's fucking hand. And one dumbass in the stage in the crowd fucking steals one of her rings and shit. And so when she's playing the piano, or like, as musicians or artists or whatever, you have like little things and shit, you know what I mean? And that's probably one of her things, like to have those rings and shit, you know what I mean? And then she goes, it's just
that's
part,
that's
bro.
just part of being.
It's so stupid that people do that.
It's not even just. It's not even that it's so stupid that people do that. It's just like that's what happens when you have a bunch of people who worship you. Like people,
and
people are just crazy that way.
No,
it's not that they're thinking that they're really fucking fair, or they're
you're 100% right. And then
it could be like a little girl, you know what I mean?
And she even said it like that in the show. Yeah. She was like, "Hey, I know you guys are just doing it out of love, and I really love you, and it's just an exciting moment and shit." But she's also like, also, you know,
that's just what it comes with, though. You know what I mean?
Like, there's something, but shit. If you go to 49 states and they don't do that, and only in this one state they do that, you know what I mean? Like,
So what do? Do you still go to that one state to show support, or do you not go just because they're not respectful?
It's just like you like your job though, right? You know what I mean?
Well, I'm saying
she's shit that sucks about it.
She's rocking multiple shows in LA, bro. You know what I mean? LA, like that's her home and shit. You know what I mean? And that stuff doesn't happen. Arizona was like, yeah, you better watch your shit.
Yeah, that's just realistically people who
Phoenix went Phoenix, I don't know. That's all I'm saying. It was a little disappointing, bro. But she put on a great show.
Arizona, there's disrespectful people.
Her brother's not playing with her right now because he's out doing his own thing. So that was kind of challenging. But she had these two white girls that she grew up with singing with her, and their vocal harmonies and everything was good.
Mm-hmm. Just on point.
Yeah.
That's cute.
And it was a dope ass show. She had the black box too, and this black box had these crazy visuals on it and shit. Like it was like a hologram, like an LED screen, but it wasn't because when it wasn't lit up, you could see straight through there and shit.
Oh shit!
I was like, that's crazy. Because there's one song they did all the this song called Oceans and shit. She did all these waves on there. It was tripping. I was like,
Hell yeah.
Yo, I need you guys to drop down in the comment and let me know, is Andrew just a fan or a super fan?
just a good.
This guy sounds like a 16-year-old girl.
Bro,
she just had this black box.
bro,
She's hitting buttons on it like it was so cool.
it was visually, yeah, that was it. Yes. And that's just appreciation of like the best stage show ever and shit. But don't hate on the fact that I'm being fucking dad of the year by having shared interest with my daughter.
Don't try to do like that.
I feel zero.
Don't try to do like that.
Zero
Like,
guilt about
he's
that
trying to
shit,
switch it
bro.
around now. He's trying to switch it up.
No. You know what it is,
Just because this is the one time that I get to
it's not even my voice. And I don't even pop out my chest like that, bro. Come on, man.
Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do.
Yeah.
Like when you're trying to work on that posture.
Yeah, I'm always working on my posture. You work on your posture?
I try to. You ever just do a dead hang on like a pull-up bar, just to, like decompress your spine?
Yeah, for like 4 seconds. That's about it. I've seen these guys do minutes and 10 minutes and shit. I'm like,
that's pretty good though for you.
4 seconds. Still, that's what I was saying.
You guys ever like go to the chiropractor? Or, like, see some.
Oh, I hate the sound of going fuck. Oh, I think that guy should, like personally, I think that should not be a practice in the world.
I'm like, you want to talk about fixing posture?
You do it with muscles, not with popping the bones. The muscles are the strength that hold up the bone. They're what shapes how the bone actually sits. So scoliosis. It needs muscular strength.
We telling you,
oh
boy, he coaching
him.
He's cooking him.
But at the same time, what is doctor's answers to scoliosis? Because I've taken my daughter to 3 different ones, and they all tell me the same thing, that they have nothing that they can do for her, and that they have no idea why it happened.
Then how do they fix their back though? And they just bam, they get in there with a knife, cut them open.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
Bam!
That's exactly They want to go in and remove one of the vertebrae and then solder the rest of it and connect them. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You know how important the vertebrae is? That's all communications with your whole entire bottom half. And
now they're gonna short.
You don't go fucking around with that. So the scoliosis is a curvature of the spine. There's muscles that sit over here. There's some that are atrophied over here, and then there's some that need atrophy that are pushing this way or whatever. But with the muscular structure and actually, I think with sound vibration, what they're doing with sound vibration in the medical field, I think it's going to change a lot of that, and I think it could help facilitate.
Neil deGrasse over here.
Bro, muscles, like if you hurt a bone, it takes weeks and months to heal, right? But if you tear a muscle, which is what you do when you're working out, it takes a couple of days to fix. That's why the focus is on those muscles that are actually holding up and doing the actual work instead of relying on the spine. This is like relying on the spine, and it's just like fucking hang.
He don't want to work out. He don't want to do the stretching. He don't want to do the massages.
Stretching.
He don't want to work out.
Massages are
amazing. I'm telling this man,
bro, that's a good spiel or whatever pitch. That's a good pitch right there. He's good.
You know you're gonna fight that.
What's that? Am I talking to a roaster over here? Well, that's
exactly. Right now, you're on Right Now podcast.
Right now.
Yeah, Right Now podcast. You know what I mean? Where we stir everything here. You know what I mean? These conversations need to be juicy and they need to be ready. You know what I mean? This is Right Now podcast.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get it.
Thank you for having me. What are you mixing up?
That's cute.
What are you mixing up today?
Hmm?
What are you
What am I
mixing up
mixing up
today?
today? What am I mixing
What are you
up?
cooking?
What am I
What are you
cooking up? What
cooking?
am I cooking up? What am I cooking up?
George
Ah.
Foreman on the grill.
You know what? Speaking of, could you like? I meant to ask you, like, in your journey,
Yeah.
right, with being an electrician. So,
Are you an electrician?
Yeah, I am fucking for sure electric. I don't know about you. Like, I mean, like, you know, I don't know about you. Like, some of them claim they did 20 years, but I just do.
so like, so I meant to ask, like, so obviously, right,
Yeah.
you're now, so before this,
Oh, yeah, you get it all right. Yeah. Like, you get a little bit too
personal,
yeah,
right?
too personal.
Let's say
Personal.
PM and training.
so did you ever become like a journeyman? Did you ever, go through all that good jazz? So
Look, I ain't gonna look. Check it out. I'm gonna tell you this real quick. Check this shit out. At first, I was in school to try to become a journeyman, and then when I really started to understand what construction was, and that was like probably 6 months, within being in the fucking. Nah, it was about a year. It was about like going on a year. You know what I mean? I realized real quick, like, man, let me fucking drop out of this stupid ass journeyman school and fucking take my ass to college and fucking get a construction management. You know what I mean? And then probably within like the next year and a half after that shit, I was already working in the office. You know what I mean? And I'm just being straight up, like you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? But like if you're like a really good electrician and shit, and that's what you really like to do, you know what I mean? Like you can definitely make a lot of fucking money. Like there's definitely a lot of room out here and a lot of money out here that can be earned. You know what I mean? Like and like you can be an electrician that like, oh, you're just like a apprentice, right? Or you're just like an electrical helper. You know what I mean? Or you can be someone who's like a journeyman level, like a level one journeyman, or you can be like a fucking like a level superstar fucking journeyman, where it's like, yeah, you get paid really good money.
Just make up a whole new classification for electricians.
Yes.
Fucking level superstar.
A level superstar. Yeah, a level superstar. Yeah,
Okay, what's your title? I'm
Yeah.
a superstar.
Bro,
that's real
I'm
shit.
in that sticker from a hard hat, bro.
Yeah. Level superstar.
Yes.
Yeah. You're just level one. I'm level superstar.
And on my level.
Yeah, you for real. Like, shit, man. But I don't even have a level. Shit.
That's all.
Yeah, man.
I do.
You have a level?
No, I know what you mean.
Oh, man. I have a level, man.
Level up.
Yeah.
So why do you think, why do you think people typically either talk shit or try to stray from, working blue collar? Because I know, like when I was younger, like typically, right?
That's
Wait.
That is
You ever think that?
easy fucking
So
answer.
like people will typically, if anything, like let's say when, hey, like, well, why don't you get into construction? No, like I'm good. I just I live my thing or whatnot. Like, but
That's
then let's
easy.
say like when people, I feel like end up trying it, like myself, right? Because I was working, like mortgages and all this good stuff, and then like when George introduced me to work in construction, I never like had an opinion on it. You know what I mean? But once getting into the field, I'm like, holy shit, this fits my personality, and I end up like thriving into it. You know what
It's
I
the
mean?
same reason why you wanted to do mortgages. Like you know what I mean? Like it's the same reason why you wanted to do mortgages.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, I'm just saying that he when he rephrased the question, it came out as a totally different question,
Oh.
and I was fucking lost. Now I'm lost.
Like I feel like people like they always got taught that, you know what I mean, growing up, especially like our generation, like we definitely got taught that, oh, if you go to school and go to college, oh, you're gonna be making $150,000 a year, $130,000 a year off the rip, and that shit technically is not fucking.
Look at that pocket.
Hey, look, check out your boys is
That's
clean.
a baseball bat. The kangaroo.
Your boys is clean. Them motherfuckers, he got the fucking he got them big ass bot pack. Yeah, them boys is he got the rhino right there.
Bro, those came from the 90s
Boys
right
is
there, bro.
clean.
That's how we used to do it.
Ooh, 34 hanging? Woo-hoo!
Bananas?
Think about it, a machine gun in those shit.
You ever heard of Ben Davis?
Hmm?
You ever heard of Ben Davis?
Ben Davis.
Yeah. It was like some gangster clothes in the 90s. It had like a little monkey was his thing, but it all the gangsters, like all the gangsters did the Dickies mostly or whatever, but Ben Davis came around and they started doing big stuff like that. Bro, dudes would get, I seen dudes with fucking a 30-inch waist get like a 50-inch Ben Davis, and then they're just like wrap the belt on.
So we're talking
like,
like parachute pants,
they're like
essentially.
giant, bro.
That's next level.
Yeah. It's like a
So that's how you're dressing, Andrew?
no, it's like a fuck you to main society. Like, oh, we don't want to follow your norms or whatever because everybody was doing the 501s and you had to have it all tight. You had to have your nuts just right there.
So you're wearing like clown pants? That's what you guys are
It's a
wearing?
pushback. I mean, you go to the other extreme.
Stupid.
Yeah, and then how come like 2011 or whatever tight stuff came back in and shit.
Skinny jeans and shit.
You know, as soon as I get the skinnies in, then they're like, "No, we're back to this." I'm like, "No."
Yeah, like, everybody knows like you're not stone fit. Come on. You can't wear skinny jeans because you're not stone fit. You know what I mean? But well, you're not are fitting.
The eyes up here, sweetie.
I do not see that.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
I
crazy.
can imagine rocking those. I'm like, dang, just you're riding a skateboard or whatever, but yeah, and just oh shit, trip on my own stuff.
Yep. That happened all the time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they'll get caught into. I used to rollerblade or whatever.
Oh,
And so
I see that.
got into
you
my
used to do
own
fifth
shit.
sometimes.
All the time. Yeah, but I wasn't going to not wear the pants.
Oh, of
like,
course.
Yeah, like
You gotta go with it.
the drip is more important than the safety.
You know what it is?
It's the look.
I feel like it's like once those pants on, I have accepted the risks of how some things can just make my life harder.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm okay.
I hear it. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Just trip on your own fucking foot, man.
Happened plenty of times.
What was the biggest size pants that you got?
Probably 62.
I think 36, but I do remember, I think it was Dave McQuarrie came in with the 60s, bro, and everybody's like,
See?
ooh. And he had the brand new Doc Martens and shit on, too. You know,
So he's like classy.
Yeah, he was
Classy.
set up, yeah.
How come you didn't have the brand new Doc Martens?
I don't know, but 5 years later, I seen that dude and he was super fat, and I was like, yeah, I want that one.
He said, I got this.
But I don't know why that does something for me, even to this day and shit. Like, I'm old as fuck, like, we're all like old and shit, but I'll see somebody got fat and shit, and I'm like, yep, I'm on that one. like I gotta check this.
That's the type of guy you are?
I was the little kid that always got picked on and shit, you know what I mean? So I kind of have a list, not like I would assassinate you this, but like I can't wait till you're not doing fucking as good as you were back then when you're talking shit. This
Like, really think you always got picked on?
yeah. Well, I mean that's why I'm sharp with my words, bro. So like I was always able to flip it around, but yeah, like they turned me into a jump rope and shit before.
See, I gotta be careful with you, because I might like jump around with you too much, and you might snap on me and like,
Yeah.
you might want to like
No, yeah,
shake me up a little bit.
Yeah. And sometimes it's really too short. But
Yeah,
it's a defense mechanism. So
you know, it's funny you said too because I used to get bullied, you know, when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And that's honestly part of the reason why, like, you know, it's one of those things where, like, you know, just the way that I treat people is, you know, basically just not how to bully. I mean, there's a fine line between, oh, let's go and poke, and then, oh, dude, you just kind of cross it, you know what I mean? But
oh yeah.
I feel like those who have been bullied have more, what's the word, like cognizance, for lack of better words, just when it comes to, you know, how do you act around somebody, because why would I want to, like, for me personally, I don't want to sit here and make somebody feel some type of way. So I was like, hey, so what's cool and what's not cool with me, because I'm a jokester, I love to poke,
Yep.
but I'm not trying to sit here and cross a line that I didn't know. So hey, let me be, you know, forward in just what's not okay.
Right. And what Kill Tony has done over the last like year or so is just and Andrew Schultz is kind of on that too, where they're just destroying the line, so that now it has to get rebuilt because there has to be some kind of line, like Kendrick's line in the new GNX album is white comedians aren't gonna say shit about a black woman anymore or whatever. That's him trying to define a line because these guys have broken it so bad. But Andrew Schultz's reasoning for it is like, if I can't openly talk shit about everybody and you're going to exclude one group or one gender.